Hello, hello, hello. T. Walker here with the wine session number 3. I've got a really fun wine for you today. It is a red wine, and it is a domestic wine hailing from the state of Arizona, which is a really fun, upcoming kind of place. Page Springs Cellars is the label and winery and viticulture. They've got a few estate vineyards. Most of them are kind of in the central part of Arizona, a little over 3,000 feet. Although this one, which is 100% Syrah, clone 474, they give you all sorts of information. It comes from a vineyard that they call Colibri, which is down in the southeastern part of Arizona, not too far from the Mexico and New Mexico border. One of the things that makes this vineyard site really unique and pretty cold as well is that it's located at about 5,200 feet. It's apparently one of the highest elevation vineyards in Arizona, and also just extremely high for growing grapes in general. Most places don't permit the culture of the vine at that altitude. I guess you see that somewhat down in Argentina, where they grow at really high altitudes. But yeah, so the kind of uniqueness of the soils there too is that they're kind of granite-like. So, and their intention, I guess, was to, at the winery, was to, at least what I've kind of read from the website, was that to make a kind of Rhone Hermitage-like Syrah, and they say that this vineyard site for them, the Colibri, certainly brings a spicy, sometimes herbaceous aspect to the wine. And so today, actually, I poured the glass maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago, but I haven't tasted it yet. I just kind of looked at the color and checked it out, but I've got a feeling that I'm probably going to want to come back to it. And also, I'll let you know a little bit more info. It's also a 2017 vintage. I don't think I said that. So a young wine, I think, for this certainly style, a little bit leaner, I'm assuming. It's 13.7% alcohol. So kind of right there in the wheelhouse, although as it gets warmer and warmer and, a lot of wines are starting to creep up into that 14 plus percent. So kind of with the information that I've gathered is that it's going to be a little bit more of an old world, cooler climate style. So I got a feeling I'll be revisiting this later on this evening, and then as well as tomorrow. So I'll maybe post 2 or 3 segments, just kind of depending on what I find in the glass. But haven't invested yet in a brand new camera, so I'm still on my computer. But hopefully soon I'll have some new technology for you. But it's kind of got this really pretty see-through. I can see my hand through the color, so it's definitely light in the glass. It's kind of this crimson cranberry-esque color, kind of pretty feminine color to it. But my first sniff, and we'll see what's happening in the glass. Definitely spicy. Black pepper, white pepper. Kind of some fun, interesting, like I would definitely say cranberry and raspberry, maybe even a little blueberry. Not too foreign for Syrah, but I didn't particularly expect it and from the color of this wine. But kind of looking at it too in different light. There's almost a little blue hue to it. So, quite aromatic. Nothing too intense, but I would say certainly an aromatic style. And for not having any Viognier or something like that, sometimes you'd see in the New World and the Rhone in certain areas, you'd see a little dabble of Viognier to kind of boost the bouquet and the florality of the nose. But the nose is jumping out of the glass. It's quite pretty, fairly intoxicating. I'm definitely also getting some floral aspects though from it. And it's definitely, I would also say, evolving a lot in the glass as I just open it. It's getting some oxygen, so yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm thinking it's going to be a tasty food wine. I've got some grits on the stove, so I'm excited about that. Mm. Mm. Good weight to it. Very silky. It's my first sip of wine of the day, so I never really like to judge any wine or actually alcoholic spirit beverage on the first sip. That definitely the first sip, your mouth is warming up to one, and the most important thing, alcohol being in your mouth. It's not a typical thing, so I think the palate kind of has to acclimate to that. So whenever you're tasting wines, this is kind of a good tip. Whenever you're tasting wines out and about, whether you go to a tasting at a wine shop or at the grocery store, or even at your house or a friend's house for a dinner, depending on what you've been doing before and chewing gum or not, or eating something or whatever it may be, definitely don't judge a wine or any kind of spirit or beverage on your first sip. It will usually get a lot better. Really lovely, and also it does remind me of the Rhone Valley. It has that spicy, freshly cracked kind of black pepper. And also the white pepper. I mean, I even have to revisit my pantry, but it might even be more of a pink peppercorn, which is lesser seen in just its pure state. But I usually have a little bit for, well, to be honest, I'm not even sure what applications, but I have a little pink peppercorn. I love the way it presents itself up front. It's very kind of silky, almost in like a wave. How it enters the front to mid palate, kind of coating everything. Very elegant, silky. I've probably used that word 4 or 5 times already, but it really, I think, describes this wine quite well. Juicy, this nice acidity, which I expected to be there from something that's grown at 5,200 feet, and kind of the alcohol levels and such. And Syrah usually retains its acid pretty well. Yeah, really kind of fun wine to see something like this that's grown here in the States in a new-ish area. The vineyard was planted in 2000, so it's got some age on it I would say, for an Arizona wine, which is a fairly new wine growing region. Um, but yeah, first pass, I'm in. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and come back and let this wine sit in the glass a little bit, and I will talk to you soon.